All right, guys, welcome to part two. Your subjunction box is going to be, this is the passenger side kick panel. I pulled this little panel door out. I think it normally sits something like this. Grab the little handle, pull it out. And what we are looking for is fuse number 43. Fuse number 43. And this is a 10 amp fuse, but honestly, we should be okay because this is just for the relay. It's not for the actual heated seats. So we're gonna pull this cap off over here. And once that cap comes off, the diagram is actually on the cap. Your fuse box, everyone's fuse box is upside down. So you have to remember that when you pull this off, you're looking at the fuses upside down. So let's turn this over and let's look for fuse 43. Fuse 43 is 3 vertical. Fuse 43. 43 is right here. No, that's 45. 43 is here. So let's see how this is set up. I have a hard time seeing, but it looks like we have one, two, three. It looks like 4. I don't know which one it is. We're going to take our fuse puller. Okay, guys, I hate to say this, but I am actually going to pull you guys out for just a second because I can't actually see, so we'll be back in a moment. All right, guys, we're back. So I'm going to do my best to try to zoom in on the fuse that we need to pull. I cannot zoom in on the fuse we need to pull. Essentially, what you should see is right above here, up in here, you're going to see 2 10s, a 5, and a 7.5. The 10 is the one you want to pull, okay? That 10 is the one that is the accessory on that actually does your heated seats for the back. So we're going to pull that out. Okay, we've got that out. Now, the thing is, here's what you want to do. You want to make sure that when you install an ATA fuse, you install it in the proper orientation. If you install it the wrong way, you're going to end up where the power doesn't go through the fuse, it completely bypasses it. That is not what we want. We absolutely do not want to do that because that is going to cause big problems. So you need to test your fuse to make sure you know which way the voltage is going. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do the same thing we did before, except this time we're going to turn the car on and then we're going to test it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to find a ground point on your car. Now, there is one right in here. And what I like to do is I'm going to put it on voltage. I'm going to put it to my 20. Now, you're not going to be able to see the multimeter because this is going to be a little bit difficult for me to show you the multimeter and doing the fuse at the same time, but let's see what I can manage. All right, I just put my terminal on the ground, on the frame of the car. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the voltage into the pins where the fuse was. Now, I'm getting 0 on the top, and I'm getting 0 on the bottom. Oh, actually. Okay, 0 there. Okay, yes, so 0 on the bottom, and I believe if I put it on the top, that means I'm grounding myself, which is why I'm ground and ground, and that's why I'm getting some interesting numbers. Okay, the one above it, 0, 0, 0. Well, we're going to find out shortly when I turn the car on with the keys. if I put the car on and I lean down, put my terminal back on ground, and I'm going to climb back in here. 0. And there we go. So that means the bottom, because I'm testing the top, which gives me 0, and now the bottom, which gives me roughly 12 volts. That's how I know the bottom is always powered. Okay, the bottom. That's important because when you install add a fuse, which we're going to be installing this, okay, you want the wire that's sticking out to point away from the always on. Okay, because what will happen is if you put this on the always on, that means, let's say you turn your car on, the voltage is going to go like this, and it's going to power whatever device you have on this line. It's going to go straight through, it's going to power it. And then you're going to get grounded somewhere else. If the fuse were to blow, it doesn't matter because it's coming through here and it's going straight to the wire. You want the power on this one so that it comes through and it has to pass through the fuse. Okay? The bottom one is the fuse for the existing pin, which is this one. And then the top one is going to be passing it through to the wire. The orientation of the fuse, honestly, doesn't really matter. And I may be in trouble because I may not have the appropriate fuse for us to use here. But let's find out. Okay, I have a 15 and this was a 10. That is not kosher because that is not what I want to do. What else do I have in this multi-pack? I have another 15. I only have 15s on me, guys, so we're going to do a test run of this, but just to test to see if it works. So essentially, you want to put your original fuse closer to the pins. You want to put this one farther, so this will eventually, I'll swap it out for another 10 because I want the same amount of voltage going through. And then remember, the voltage is on the bottom, so I want this wire to stick away from that. So I'm going to put it this way, pointing up. Now, this is actually a bit of a tight squeeze because I have this giant, I believe, relay here, which is making it very difficult to fit the add a fuse. But let's see what magic we can work with the space we've got. Oh, man. Well, I'm struggling because I can't really see. Oh, not good. I radically bent that pin. And if I bend it any further, I'm going to switch to another add a fuse because I do not want to destroy this. All right, I am going to pause you guys for just a second because I need my flashlight and my flashlight is on my phone. So I will see you guys in a second.